Yo, what is good, guys? Today I'm going to be doing my UFC 310 main event rapid predictions. Starting off the card, we got Nate the Train Landwehr versus Doohoo Choi. I'm gonna have to take Nate the Train, bro. He's an absolute beast. He has a ton of heart. He's super tough, and he's got some good wins. I think it was he got a first round finish over Jamal Emmers, looked pretty good. And his really only loss has been against Dan Ige. So if that's not saying something, I don't really know what is. Doohoo Choi, he's been kind of inactive. Did get a good knockout win over Bill Algeo, but it's just not enough for me to pick him. You know what I'm saying? So give me Nate the Train. I'll say third round finish. Then we got Cyril Gahn versus Alexander Volkov. I'm going to have to take Cyril Gahn again, probably by decision. I just see this going the exact same way as it did last time. Maybe a little bit more competitive. Alexander Volkov does have more momentum on his side. He had a good win over Sergey Pavlovich. But, I think that a lot of the reason he won that fight was the size and height and reach advantage. This time, that's going to be all taken away against Volkov, and he's going to have someone that's just like the same size as him and going to be, he's not going to have that reach advantage this time. Cyril Gahn did have a loss against John Jones. Looked like he didn't want to be in there, but this is his bounce back fight, and I think Cyril Gahn's definitely gonna get this one done. Then we got the co-main event, Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Ian Gary. I'm going to have to take Shavkat Rakhmonov by third round submission. Ian Gary, he is going to have Charles Oliveira in his corner, which is going to be a big help for his jiu-jitsu. He's been spending a lot of time in Brazil as well. So we'll see how this translates. But I just think Shavkat Rakhmonov, you can't learn that much. You can't learn that much in that little time to be able to defend someone like Shavkat Rakhmonov, especially to counter his wrestling. Not to mention, he does have some very good striking as well. I do think some people are counting out Ian Gary a little bit too much. Shavkat did get rocked by Geoff Neal, so I think a lot of people forget that. So there is definitely a potential for Ian Gary to catch him because he does have some really, really good, clean striking. But I just don't see this one happening, and I got Shavkat third round sub. Then we have Alexander Pantoja defending his flyweight title against the newcomer Kaya Sakura. Kai Sakura is very big for the weight class because over in Ryzen he was fighting at 135. Now he's fighting 125. So, I do think if he does find a win, it's probably going to be by like TKO, something like that, because he is strong, does got a lot of knockout power in him. But I don't know. I watched some of his recent fights. His Juan Archuleta fight, I really wasn't too impressed. He was losing the majority of that fight until he got that knee. So, maybe this will happen the same thing, but I don't know. He was getting exposed in certain grappling sequences, getting caught with some pretty good punches. And I just think if he does that same thing to Alexander Pantoja, Pantoja is going to be able to take advantage of like his lack of like ground knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Like a lack of grappling, and he's going to be able to find a submission because Alexander Pantoja is a very good grappler, and he definitely could find one. I do think Pantoja is going to want to get this to the mat. It's a lot more risky to be standing with Kaya Sakura, but let me know your guys' predictions in the comments down below.